Hi there, I'm Roy from Clean Jurassic Coast. That's me there with my mates. I'm the one in the middle with the faded red hat. We're beach cleaning. It's what we do. It's quite windy there. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a cigarette lighter. Nice. Today I'm going to talk to you about litter pickers. We have loads of them because we do a lot of beach cleans for a lot of people, a lot of groups. But we often get asked, what's the best litter picker to buy? And as we've used so many over the years, I thought, well, we're probably the best ones to tell you. So we have a selection of them today for you from various companies and various price ranges, like these cheap ones from Amazon. They're around £5.50. Waterhaul, about £12 to £15. And then we have Helping Hands, who have a massive collection ranging from about £10 upwards. And we also have some children's sized ones from Helping Hands and Amazon as well. But it wouldn't be much good just looking at them. We need to see what they're like in the real world. So let's have a look. So I've come to Chesil Beach, overlooking Portland in Dorset. What a lovely day to go litter picking. So what I have here are a few commonly found pieces that we find on the beach. Toothbrushes, believe it or not. Don't know why they're so common. Fisherman's kisses, these are parts of fishing net that trawlers lob overboard out at sea, thank you very much. Cigarette lighters, fairly common as well. Oh, and these, ladies, please be more responsible. Don't flush these down the toilet or wherever it is you're throwing them. Such a mess. Shotgun wadding, usually from inside a shotgun shell. A lot of those wash up as well. Hair ties. I think they're dropped by accident. I don't think they're done on purpose. Various sorts of rope, that's a good example of the sort of thing we find. And the pot, I've chosen this one because it's got very thin wall to be a good test for the litter picker. And bottles, quite often containing a yellow coloured substance. This is just water, but it's a good test with a bit of weight for the litter picker. So we're starting with the Amazon one. This is the adult version, but the children's one is much the same, just slightly shorter. The problem with the Amazon ones is that you can't adjust them, and they don't feel very strong, they don't feel very well made. It is picking up the toothbrush quite well there, as you can see. Oh, we struggled a bit with the Fisherman's Kiss though. No problem with that one, which is good. We need to get those out in the environment. Oh, the hair tie, just that grip, that one as well. A little bit of a struggle, but not too bad. Shotgun wad, very easy to pick up. The Amazon litter picker is doing pretty well. Some of these are very simple and lightweight. Doing okay with the pot. That's always a good test because sometimes when they wear these litter pickers won't quite grip the pot. Oh, no, struggling a bit with the heavier bottle. I had to pull quite hard on the trigger for this one, but it did get it in the end. And obviously a piece of rope, that's not too difficult to collect. So overall, fairly successful, certainly good value for money. This is the children's version, but as you can see it's falling apart, and this is where the cheapness shows. There's no adjustment. You can see the jaws don't quite meet when they're fully pulled, when the trigger's fully pulled. And if you twist them, they just rotate. They're not well made at all, but if you're litter picking maybe just once or twice a year, probably fine. If you're going to do it regularly, worth investing in something a little bit better, like this one. This is the Helping Hands Classic. They don't appear to make it anymore. I can't find it on their website, but you might find a second-hand one somewhere on a certain website. But we'll give it a test anyway, see how it does. This is a children's size one. Obviously no problem at all collecting the toothbrush. And the hair tie, piece of cake for this one. And these other bits of plastic, it's not struggling at all. Fisherman's Kiss and shotgun wadding, yeah, it's doing well. And a piece of cake for the cigarette lighter there. And also, oh no, we missed the tampon applicator. I think the jaw on this one might be slightly worn. It is quite an old litter picker, but it did pick the pot up quite well. No problem at all for the larger bottle, even though it's slightly heavier. Oh, was that me? That might have been me more than the picker, but hey, still did well. This is the Graptor, the Helping Hands Graptor. They're about £13 on the HH website. All adjustable. as you can see. So if it starts getting a bit loose on the handle, you can adjust that, and straight in there, look at that, no problem at all picking up these items. This is what you want from a litter picker, and what a great fun way for children to go litter picking with the Graptor. As you can see, it's got eyes to make it look like some sort of lizard or reptile, and I must admit, when we have children doing our litter picks, they go straight for that one. It's brilliant, no problem at all for any of these items at all. So there you go. If you have children who want to go litter picking, seriously think about this one. It's really good value for money. So now we're on to the adult litter pickers here. This is the HH General litter picker, I think they call it, and it's basically like the Graptor, but they're just a bit longer, and it's fully adjustable, has a good grip on the jaws. The only downside we find with these is where that little wheel is, where the cord runs through. It seems to wear and the cords can snap, but very easy to replace. And also this pin for the trigger, they have a habit of falling out, so it's always worth keeping an eye on them. As you can see, that one's just moved ever so slightly, so I'll adjust that one later. But these are brilliant, they're really nice to hold, and just picks all these things up with ease. You can't fault them at all, absolutely brilliant. They do different litter pickers on their website. Some of them have got a nicer handle with more of a gel coating, and they also have different styles and sizes to suit most people. Very good value for money, and apparently made in England, which is always nice as well. And this is a slightly cheaper version that they do. I think they call this their community litter picker. This particular one is from Keep Britain Tidy. The plastics feel a little bit cheaper than the Pro version, the last version, the general one, and it doesn't have the extra grip in the jaw there, as you can see, but it is adjustable. But they do suffer from the same problems with the other one, where the cord can snap and the pin can come out from the trigger there. But it's a little bit cheaper. It's only about £10 or so, £11, whereas the general one is, I believe, £12 or £13. And as you can see, it's picking all this stuff up with no real problems at all. I have found that the lack of grip on the jaw can cause some problems on certain items when picking them up, but overall, certainly for the money, very good litter picker. And now we're on to probably Helping Hand's top model. This is called the Ranger. It's very heavy duty. It's just over £20, but it doesn't have any adjustment, but it doesn't really need to, because it doesn't have any working parts, so there's less to go wrong. Well, I do sometimes wonder if over time maybe the spring tension on this corner here around the loop maybe gets weaker, because this particular one, it's not fully opening, and it just stops just on the edge there, and you have to give it a little helping hand, funnily enough. But it's a really good strong litter picker, grips anything, loads of leverage and torque with the way that handle's designed. I'm not even holding it in the right place there, and I've still got good leverage. It's having no problem at all picking up these different things, the hair tie, the toothbrush. Piece of cake for this one. And it's good for heavier items as well, because of its sort of heavy duty nature and the leverage you can get with it. And those rubber jaws, they just grip almost everything. They're absolutely brilliant. I do like this litter picker, but personally I struggle after a while, because I get like an RSI type pain in my wrist. I did break my wrist and hand a few years ago, so it might just be me, but definitely worth a go, especially if you're doing a lot of heavy duty litter picking. Now here we have Waterhaul. Now these, they advertise as being made from recycled fishing net, which is great, and this particular one is one I made at a Waterhaul workshop, so I actually assembled this together. The really weird hand was because they were showing us how extruding worked. I just rotated this extruding plastic around the handle. But they're really good. They're also adjustable. They also put a magnet on the end, which is great for picking up bottle tops, but the magnet is very easy to lose. It can fall out. And the other problem we get with these is the return spring can rust out and cause a failure, so that breaks. And this rubber piece here, they have a habit of falling out if they're not glued in properly. But it's a very lightweight item. It's fully recyclable, but it is my litter picker of choice. This is my personal one. It's just over a year old. It does get a lot of use, and as you can see, it has no problems at all picking up these items. I especially like this one because it's such lightweight. When you're spending days, as we do, beach cleaning and litter picking, It just puts a little bit less wear on your hands and fingers and wrist, so it just makes it a little bit nicer. This piece here, the little knob sticking out the top there, is great for moving stones and bits out of the way. As you can see, it easily picks up the bottle and the rope. A great litter picker, and my one of choice, hence why it's even branded with Clean Jurassic Coast. This is another version they do, which is the folding one, and it's identical other than the bit here where it folds. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is where the cord runs there, it could potentially wear out and could be a fail point. I understand their latest versions, they've reinforced that bit, but again, it's all recyclable. It's actually slightly cheaper than the standard one, they're about £12. But sometimes if you look on the Waterhall website, they have some that have got slight faults in the manufacturing process, and you can pick them up for a couple of quid cheaper. But it works exactly the same way as the standard one. So you can fold it and put it in a bag, which makes it a lot easier to carry. But now we'll go back to some of the common problems that we get. So first of all, we'll have a look at the helping hands one, where I mentioned earlier that the pin can fall out for the trigger. Fortunately, we often find cable ties on the beach, and they make a great repair on them, and they can still be used. And if the cord breaks, it's very easy to buy some cord online and replace that. And the Waterhall ones, I mentioned these bits fall out, the rubber part falls out, unfortunately. This one, as you can see, has already happened. It still works, it just doesn't work as well. But Waterhall will send you replacement parts if you get hold of them and ask them for them. Sometimes you get a really old and battered one. This one is about 4 years old. I've robbed parts off it because this one, the return spring broke and it's all corroded. And you can see by the rust on there that it's had a hard life, this one. So it's become a spare parts picker. This one is also bent. Proof that you should never use a litter picker as a walking stick. But it did still work, right up until the point when that return spring failed. So yes, spare parts picker. And there you go, a review on some litter pickers based on many years of experience. I hope you found it useful. I'll put some links in the description below for the websites to the companies selling them. We are not affiliated in any way with them, we're not sponsored. These are purely personal opinions and just useful information for people who'd like to go beach cleaning, which has been proven to be amazing for mental health. Gets you outside, what better place to be than on a beach. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe, we'll get some more content up soon.